the time and transition into the role. So without further ado, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I'm a singer, so I can usually project pretty well. Don't tell me that. But, you know,
I'm gonna hire you now.
I'm in the role for the city of the Office of Diversity, Compliance, and Inclusion, but I connect with you because I'm also a business owner. So I understand some of the things that business owners go through. And one of the reasons that I signed up, that Sonia doesn't know, for the Business Assistance Suite is because I wanted to know what people experience when they walk through. I'm a realtor, and I was my first client. So I bought my first home because I wanted to see what that journey was like. I bought it through me as an agent. And so I like to know what people experience. You know, because a lot of times it's not what we think it should be, and sometimes it exceeds our expectations. So welcome again, and I'm curious to know and interested to know what type businesses you have or what your aspirations are for a business. So I would be remiss if I didn't say in 1988, Eugenia Brayboy was one that encouraged the mayor at that time to put up we actually instituted an ordinance in 1988 for diversity and inclusion. Unfortunately, we really did not enforce it until about 2020. And that happens in life sometimes, you know. The laws are on the books, things are in place, but we're not enforcing it. So we want to just walk through. I wanted to say that one of the things that or 5 things that we stand for is integrity, diversity, compliance, inclusion, equity, and fidelity. And although we're not, our title is not DEI, it is diversity, compliance, and inclusion. But you see that equity piece, and that equity piece is what we do, and I'll talk about a little bit later with the Business Assistance Suite. So this is our team currently. Bianca Jones is my manager of the Inclusion Project, and I am the Officer of Diversity and Inclusion. Actually, I have a job posted. I'm not trying to get you to come out of your businesses for our contract compliance administrator. And I'll tell you what we do, what our roles actually are. So my role is to make sure that we're establishing an inclusive workplace culture. And I have the opportunity to work with HR to make sure that we are getting cultural training out to the employees of the city of South Bend. We have about 1,400 employees at this time. So it's not just, helping the business owners, but it's also helping our biggest customer, which is our internal employees, to understand differences and to learn how to embrace our differences. Because if you don't have pretty much everybody represented at the table, you don't really have the whole picture. You know, we don't all think alike. We don't all talk alike. Sometimes I may say something and you might think I meant one thing because you don't know me when I meant something totally different. And so we need to make sure, especially as business owners, that we're giving people the benefit of the doubt and that we're bold enough to say, what did you mean by that? What's wrong with saying, what did you mean by that? To get a clear understanding. And so the other thing is that we oversee and administer the MWBE program plan, and that is the Minority Women Business Enterprise. When we established the ordinance, it was found, because we did a disparity study, that the city was not doing business with enough minority businesses nor women-owned businesses. And so I'm just proud to say that the city of South Bend took a step and said, no, we're gonna do better than this. We're gonna do this disparity study, and based on that study, we're gonna assign goals to make sure that we're trading with minority and women-owned business enterprises. So we are happy very happy to be able to do that. We're starting with we started, I should say, with the Department of Public Works. You know, they have those major construction projects, and so it's easier for us to kind of track things. But the ordinance and the program plan says that all city departments are to be included. So we started with them, and we're just about to start to move on once we get that perfected. And so what happens is that with these projects and the primes, what we call the prime contractors, they are able to bid on the project, but we have already set goals that said, okay, you need to include 5% women participation, you need to include 3% minority participation, and even though a prime may have a lower bid, which it's good business sense to go with your lower bid because you spend less money, if you haven't been a responsible bidder, meaning you haven't met those goals, then you may not get that contract. And those things come to me to see if it can be approved. And sometimes we don't have the people that we need, the businesses that we need in our marketplace. Our marketplace is the entire state of Indiana and Berrien County, Michigan. And so if we don't, we're reasonable. If you can't find anyone, then we will give you a good faith waiver for your effort, but you have to prove, this is who I reached out to, this is when I advertised it, they said no, they said maybe, you know what I'm saying? So we don't just take them at their word, because we're newer in this position, just over a year and a month, and so we call and check, were you contacted? You know, and so that until we get to really learn the businesses and who's running them and know that they are on the up and up and telling us what we need to hear and that it's accurate. And then we're there also to say, if you need us to help you find somebody, we will actually go into our database, which we have full of businesses, certified businesses. I want to talk a little bit about that too. And we will give them a list of those businesses in that category to help them meet those goals. Certification is one of the things we do. Certification, with IDOA, with NDOT, and we also accept the city of Indianapolis. When you are certified, it helps my spend. Because we do business with non-certified companies as well, but I can't include that in my spend. And so I have an IPC board that watches us and makes sure that we're like on the money with these goals. And so we're encouraging everyone, especially if you feel that you can do business with the city of South Bend, to contact us so that you can become certified. We hold sessions for certification and it's free to you, okay? It gives you statewide exposure.
And I'm participating in that now.
Yes, please. All you need to do is just get in touch with us. Again, when you apply for the Business Assistance Suite, I have Bianca who actually assesses what you may need, and then we pass you over to where Sonia is one of the business coaches and try to help you on your road. We understand that there's been exclusivity, okay? And so we want to make sure that our city is inclusive. We also engage with city vendors and entrepreneurs, and we supply innovative ideas for the city's supplier diversity program. If you're advertising here in this newspaper and you're not getting an influx of calls, then why don't you try here, and why don't you try here, and why don't you try radio stations that appeal to these populations, okay? If you keep doing the same thing, what do you get?
Same thing.
Okay. So the services, and we service the entrepreneurial community. So what we want you to feel when you speak to us is belonging, inclusion, diversity, and the equity piece for us is the Business Assistance Suite, where we have business coaching. You can have legal counseling to make sure that you have established your business timely. We have tax preparation, because we find many times people don't have their profit and loss statement, which you do need for certification. And then we are working on we do bookkeeping as well, where you are entitled to stop. She says stop. Okay, let me just quickly go through this, I promise. Just the manager of the inclusion project does these things. I think I've already even talked about it. She's developing programs that assist small, local, emerging business enterprises, oversees the business assistance suite, assists with the supplier diversity program, and engages with you and the community. The contract compliance administrator oversees the contracts awarded by Public Works that have MWBE goals, establishes goals for the city's public works projects, assists businesses looking to engage in city projects, hosts events to keep businesses informed of upcoming projects out for bid, and oversee the vendor registration in B2G now, making sure that if you're certified, you are in that database. Again, I've already talked about the business assistance suite, legal assistance, business coaching, tax preparation, and bookkeeping, and we're working on a marketing piece.
Awesome.
To help you learn how to market that product, market your business. I promise this won't take much. We do also have help through our Department of Community Investments. We have a director of economic empowerment who runs the Linden Street pop-up, where you're able to have a table and be a vendor and make people become more aware of the products that you have. And Eric Glavich, the Vibrant Places Grant for storefronts, the revolving fund loan, a workforce development, and the Opportunity Fund. So this is one that I say everywhere I go. Fan the flames of business ownership so that it is contagious. Just as a fire spreads and consumes everything around it, we should engage with others, helping them burn with the energy necessary to thrive and become successful business owners. I do want to draw your attention to my telephone number, because the first slide was incorrect. So this is my telephone number, my email address, and then Bianca, her email address, her telephone number, our website, and also the email for diversity and inclusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Quickly, are there any questions?
Yes.
I'm under the impression that for the MWBE program, you have to be in business 2 years. Is that correct?
No.
Repeat what she said.
Certification.
Can you repeat what she said?
Okay, she asked if you have to be in business 2 years for the MWBE program. You do not. In order to participate, you do not have to have been in business 2 years. In order to be certified,
Okay.
you have to have been in business for 2 years. If you've been doing this thing for a while, sometimes you can kind of explain your way through and do it in less than 2 years.
And I think at the state level, they are waiving, especially for women-owned businesses, that requirement of 2 years. They're allowing some businesses to go through for less time than that in the state of Indiana.
I've seen 1 year.
Okay.
I have a quick question. So, I'm familiar with the, this construction type, contracts and everything, because I do federal contracts for one of the family businesses that we have. But as far as, what type of things the city needs, is there a place to go where entrepreneurs can go and see what does the city need? Because it's, to me, I'm familiar with construction contracts, but what does the city, need that a lot of entrepreneurs can?
It's not in one pot. It's not in one pot, to answer your question. However, you have to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
We do events.
Mm-hmm.
There's room for, our folk that are really good in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We do events where we need decorations.
Mm-hmm.
We do things that, where we need groundskeepers.
Mm-hmm.
So there are, I would say go to our site, because what we're
I was gonna say, is there?
what we're gonna start doing, and we already have started it, is putting opportunity
Yes.
as we see it in projects as they're coming on our page.
Because I know the city of South Bend, they said they're willing to, they want to do business with local entrepreneurs, but they don't know who we are. They don't know how to access us.
Right, right.
So we need to tell them who we are and let them know what we have available. But also, I think we need to know what kind of things does the
Yes.
city need.
I would encourage you, strongly urge you to reach out to us so we know who you are.
So the other
And what it
thing,
is that you do.
the other thing you could do is go on the website where I showed a couple weeks ago, for the South Bend Business Suites. There's also a registration where you can go on there and register your business, so then the city is compiling names and businesses there.
Businesses, yeah.
So make sure you go on there and register, so then our office will get that list of businesses.
So-
Reach out.
If the website's up there, it's southbendin.gov, but if you go to the Facebook page for 1 Million Cup Mishawaka, last week I posted all those links right on the Facebook page. So you can go right there.
And also, you can go straight to our website as well.
The diversity
Mhm,
piece.
mhm, yeah. But because I do wanna get to know you, I wanna know who you are, and I
Yeah,
wanna know what
thank
you
you.
have to offer, because when I know who you are and what you have to offer, when opportunity comes up, even though it's not in the city of South Bend, we have partnered with Notre Dame, Indiana University, others that have other opportunities, even the airport. And so, they think outside the box. Don't think it's just construction, because construction is one aspect of it, but there's a whole lot more that's included in that.
Awesome.
Now, Cynthia, a question I have for you is, I know that the South Bend Business Suites were probably at about 450 participants close to now.
Yeah.
So, are you looking at that database of people who've come through the program and kind of reaching out to them also?
Yeah, that actually is the first thing that I did when I came on board, because I didn't know who was who. And when I came on into the department, actually, there were no employees. And my role had been vacant for over 6 months. And so it was really kind of felt like I was building from the ground up. And so I had my inclusion project manager look at actually who had gone through the B-Suite. We asked for a list of the names of those individuals, and those are the first ones we reached out to see what their experience was like, to see if they were satisfied, if they felt like they needed anything else, and if they would be interested in becoming certified.
And that link is also on the Facebook page
Great.
from last week, but I'll move it up to this week so that you don't have to. We want you to find it easy, like.
Sounds like, and that's something we're working on, because it should be easy.
Right, we
And
want to
one of
find
the
it
things,
easy.
I guess, I was talking to somebody who said to me, "You're a pioneer." I told her I was the first woman manager at Waterworks in South Bend. I was there for
Yeah.
17 years.
That's amazing.
And 3 of those years, I implemented 311.
That's
So I
fantastic.
was doing like a double.
Congratulations.
You know how we have to do sometimes, we women and men have to juggle, and you're expected to do it. And it got to a point where I said, no, this is too much. And then I went with 311, where I heard and understood and felt the pulse of
That was
the
a really
city.
great program too,
Yeah,
by the
the
way.
pulse of the
Good
community.
job with that.
Yeah, thank
Yes, ma'am.
Do you work with franchisees or just,
I think we would.
yeah?
I'm gonna say, don't not contact us because of that, because we'll explore it.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't,
okay.
you know?
you. Okay, so as a community, is there anything that we can all do to help you in your programming?
Yes, especially if you feel that you can be involved in these public works projects in any aspect of it. Contact us so that we can get you certified. I really
Fantastic.
need to get you certified. They grade me by certifications. We were at like 17 certifications when I came aboard, and I think it had been like that since the program started, and I think we're right about at 50 now.
All right, that's fantastic.
Good job.
Oh, one more question. So what's the criteria to use this program? Because we're currently in Mishawaka. So
We're in Mishawaka, but you do have to be a South Bend resident.
okay, so if your business is registered in South Bend, but you live somewhere else, can you still qualify for the program?
I believe so,
Yes.
Okay, so as long as your business or your body
yes.
is in that, okay, great, fantastic.
That's gonna be my next question. As a franchisee, I will have a large market. So one of those areas in the market is South Bend. It's basically the same Michiana area, LaPorte, down to close to Peru. So would that be considered as part of my business in South Bend?
See, remember, our marketplace is the entire state of Indiana.
But if I don't have the business, would it have to be a brick and mortar in
You
South
mean if it's
Bend?
not domiciled in South Bend?
Correct.
But she services it.
I
And
service
where do
it.
you live?
In Granger.
So you're in South Bend?
Okay, I thought it was Mishawaka. I didn't realize it was South Bend.
No, we consider it, I think we provide water.
Oh, wherever you provide water.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good to
That's
know.
always been a rough thing for people is Granger. We're not Elkhart County. Are we Mishawaka, St. Joe County? I know
You're
that.
St. Yeah, you're definitely St. Joe County,
Right,
but we consider
what
you-
city did we, you know what I mean?
Mishawaka
Yeah.
and South Bend.
Not, you know, I,
Correct,
let me say
correct.
this,
Right,
I
right.
consider Granger, let me go on record in full disclosure.
Yeah.
I would not turn you away
Okay.
if you're a Granger.
Okay.
But you would if they were Mishawaka resident, you're saying?
Well, let's talk.
Okay,
we need to talk.
If they fight over us, Mishawaka and South Bend, they're like, no, it benefits me if we take it.
gotta go outside that box. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much.